Very critical cases of the business world. Cinemas are opening, right? But are there enough films to lure the patrons? Let us analyze the same. After more than two quarters or over 6 months, cinema halls across India will reopen from 15th of October 2020. But they will be required to follow a very strict set of guidelines. Like they can fill up to 50% of the hall and only can sell packaged food. The outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic had brought the film industry to a standstill. Except for a few digital releases, it remained in a state of dormancy. 50% sitting is an optimistic beginning after remaining shut for 7 months. We understand and respect the rationale behind this, says Saurabh Verma, CMO, Inox Leisure, adding, to be honest, we are not looking at revenues, profitability, and viability for the immediate future. Last year in 2019, 10 crore Indians went to the theaters to watch movies. The number was same in 2018, but in 2019, solid content pipeline coupled with various initiatives drove higher repeat footfalls, which witnessed an 11.6% increase. Winning the trust of the loyal film goers will now be the biggest task awaiting multiplex chains and single screen owners, says Gautam Datta, CEO, PVR Cinemas. He has held the standard operating procedure rolled out by the Ministry of Home Affairs. We are all set to reopen in phased manner, wherein the first phase, beginning from October 15, 2020, will focus on rebuilding the trust in customer to normalize stepping out of their homes. Our idea is to give our customers sufficient opportunity and reason to act as our health inspector and auditor, as well as the customers. When it comes to trust, a brand's value will be tested, feels Verma of Inox Leisure. Consumers will turn to brands that they trust. And that's where our years and years of hard work will give us an edge. The domestic theatrical market grossed rupees 11,500 crores in 2019 as against rupees 10,200 crores in 2018. However, because of the uncertainty surrounding the opening up of cinema halls, producers released their films on video on demand platforms like Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Disney Hotstar. This begs the question, are there enough movies available to pull people to the theaters? First of all, people go to the theaters because they want to enjoy the experience, says Rajesh Misra, CEO of UFO Movies, adding, the OTTs have barely taken away content worth 2 months. Every week, around 20 films releases in India, including those in regional languages. Yes, tentpole films help in generating more footfalls. And in early days, there would be a crunch, but it is important to start. And once the theater open, market forces at play will start planning. Maharashtra and Delhi NCR are the key zones for multiplexes. Apart from that, a number of film releases in eastern India during Durga Puja. There are 12 Bengali films ready for release in West Bengal. There are movies in Gujarati too, which will be released soon. South has some movies in pipeline, and once the theatrical releases start, the producers will prepare their next state of releases too. Because it was clogged, the investors were not taking risk. We need to understand that economically OTT like Netflix or the Amazon or the Disney Hotstar cannot be a substitute of theatrical revenue, says Mishra. This crisis is temporary, says Verma, adding Inox will see a slew of releases in Kannada, Tamil and Telugu, Malayalam over the next 3 to 4 months. This include Master, KGF 2 like films. Diwali has always been the biggest weekend in Indian film industry's calendar, and this year the anticipation is much higher. We are optimistic that a movie outing will surely be a part of the Diwali celebrations for millions of households this year too. Thanks for watching this content. We'll be coming back shortly with some more interesting content. Stay home, stay safe.